Hi, Peaceful Nik the Medium, otherwise known as the Psychic Scientist. I'm here today to do a live, maybe do some readings. I'm going to talk about some different information, but what I have coming up are a bunch of different things. I have some gallery readings coming up. Hi, Carrie. So all of my readings on my website are half off. If you book a 30-minute reading, you get a free ticket to one of my gallery readings. Right now I have one on September 13th and one on October 10th. Hi, Dawn. Hello. So that's a really good deal. I also have a free class, Intro to Mediumship. That is October 18th. That is free. Hi, Jessica. You can book that on my website. And I have another Facebook Live Friday, September 6th in the evening. I'm doing a bunch of lives coming up today. I'm going live on TikTok at 8 Eastern tonight. September 2nd, TikTok at 8 Eastern. September 6th, as I said, Facebook. September 10th, TikTok at 8. September 16th, Facebook, and September 23rd, TikTok. Hello, hello. I have a Zoom gallery on September 13th. If you have lost someone to suicide and you want to join a small group, that is a gallery style event. Hopefully I'll keep it to 10 or less people. October 10th is another Zoom gallery. That's the Loss by Addiction group, another small group. With Kathy Behrens and I, September 19th and October 27th are the Spirit Exchange. That is a gallery with Kathy and I for 90 minutes and a chance to get a mini reading from one of two mediums. And does anybody have any questions about any of that? Hi, Sandy. Hi, Ashley. Hi, everyone joining. I just wanted to get all of that stuff out of the way. I also want to talk about some Dolores Cannon stuff I've been studying, working on, making some content about. And one of the things I made a playlist, I've only released the first one about today are, now I want you to tell me the number. And there's 8 things, so you can put the number separately if you want. If you have any of these traits, I want you to put the number in the chat, okay? These are 8 things only highly vibrational people experience by Dolores Cannon. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, Dawn. Yeah, when I used to work at a school, on my lunch, I would sneak and watch lives. So, hi, Susie. So tell me if you have any of these 8 things. Okay, number 1, a vibrant aura. So our aura if you don't know, is an energetic field that extends beyond our body. And that is according to what people in the spiritual community say. However, in the scientific community, as you guys all know, I'm always trying to use science to prove mediumship and psychic abilities are real. Our heart actually puts out a vibrational field 3 to 6 feet around our body. So if anybody has ever been told they have a vibrant or powerful aura, let me know. Hi, Audrey. Hi, Holly. Hi, Susie. I think I said hi to Susie, but hi again. So if you have a vibrant aura or have been told that, put number 1 in the chat. Hi, Megan. Let's see. Number 2, are you able to harmonize your divine feminine and masculine energy? Dawn's yellow and green. Hi, Faye. So number 2 is harmonizing your divine feminine and masculine energy, which means you can balance your masculine side and your feminine side. Hi, Terry. So I have told my husband and my friends and my loved ones for, my whole life, I always feel more masculine. And they're like, well, that's crazy. And I'm like, but I just feel like I'm a more masculine person. I may appear to be feminine, but I feel masculine. That could have a number of different reasons. I had to be very independent as a child. I was out on my own very young. I had to start working very young. So maybe that's why, I don't know. So if you feel like you can harmonize your masculine and feminine, let me know. That's number 2. If you are a male, identifying as a male, and you can harmonize your female side, that means you are able to be vulnerable and express emotions without being fearful that somebody's going to call you a girl. If you're a female and you're harmonizing your male side, that means many things. A couple of them being, you can be independent, you can be strong-willed, you can be articulate and upfront. Now, some people, hi Donna, hi Connie. If I'm repeating your names, I'm sorry. Some people think that an independent, strong-willed woman who speaks her mind is, a B word. That's not true. You can be both. You can be a B word and an independent, strong-minded person, but they're not. They're not always both in the same person. You can be independent, strong-willed, speak your mind, and not be a B word, or you can do both. But if you harmonize those, you probably have a highly vibrational personality. Dawn says number 2. Okay, number 3. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite. This is your authenticity irritates toxic people. And I can't wait to see how many people say number 3. That means that you are who you are all the time. So yesterday I was reading cards on a live, and one of the cards was about masks, wearing masks. Hi, Debbie. Meaning, and I gave the example of, if you go to work, you have one personality. If you go see your family, you have a separate personality. If you go hang out with your friends, you have a different personality. Wearing masks, I had a feeling there were going to be a lot of 3s. When you take your mask off and you're consistently the same person, that means you're authentic. You don't have to pretend you are someone you're not. This is so common in toxic families. Hello, Debbie, again. Did I say? I'm sorry if I'm repeating. It's okay. You don't have to pretend you're someone you're not. A lot of people have toxic families who force them to behave a certain way, and it can take decades. Some people are, hi Jane, are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and still working through the toxicity of their family dysfunction, who told them they had to be somebody that they're not, but somebody the family wanted them to be. So, hi Angie. So, if you are authentically yourself all the time, and people seem to not like you for some reason, they're like just mean to you or negative to you, or they stop talking to you, or they just seem irritated by your presence, they're probably toxic. If you are, hi Shannon, I'll repeat them, okay? If they're toxic, they probably are irritated by you if you're authentic. Okay, so what I'm talking about is, hi Yvonne, this is according to Dolores Cannon, 8 things only highly vibrational people experience. Number 1 was you have a vibrant aura. Number 2, you can harmonize your divine feminine and masculine energies. Number 3, which is what I just said, which is my favorite, your authenticity irritates toxic people. And maybe because I have a little bit of toxicity still in me and some things I haven't completely worked through, that I get a little pleasure out of people I've known for a long time getting irritated by my authenticity. I kind of get a kick out of it. Maybe that's sick, maybe that's dysfunctional, but that's where I'm at on my journey. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Number 4, I'm going to do 4 and 8 together. Animals and children. Number 4 and 8 are animals and children feel drawn to you, feel safe with you. I'll give an example. I have a neighbor that lives right down the street, and he has a crazy dog. Like, that dog hates everybody. It's totally undisciplined. And I had just done some readings, and my husband and I were out for a walk, and the dog just came up to me and just loved on me and loved on me and loved on me. And him and his wife were like, oh my God, that dog hates everybody. But I was in a good place mentally. I was vibrating at a high level. And just because people are mediums, psychics, healers, does not mean they're always in a good place. It does not mean they're always vibrating at a high level. We're people. We have problems. We have things that come up in our life. We have issues. We have people that irritate us or make us mad, or we've got bills to pay and laundry to do. So we're not always at that level. So don't think I'm trying to say that. I'm not. Animals feel safe, and children, you have a natural connection and they feel safe around you. If you're around babies and they're drawn to you, even babies that don't like other people, that means you're vibrating at a level that is positive, and the baby can, feel safe with you. Dawn's 4 and 8, Jessica's 4 and 8, black cat that won't leave my sight, and raccoons outside that are just recently mama brought her babies, and kids love me. That's awesome. That is wonderful. Yeah, is the black cat not yours? An interesting thing about cats and raccoons, they're kind of closely related, and they like to hang out together. So that is fascinating. All right. So we've gone through 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 5. Oh, and 8. Number 5. Oh, yeah, Dawn, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you're Gemma girl. My first cat, Jessica, in my life when I was about 8 or 10 years old was a solid black cat. Her name was Mandy, and I named her after the Barry Manilow song, Mandy. The baby one is 8. The animals is 4. The baby one is 8. So, number 5. Strangers feel compelled to share their stories with you, or suddenly feel like you're best friends within minutes of meeting each other. And hi, Julie. So this happens to me when I'm open to it. It used to happen all the time. But I had to learn to put boundaries up, because it can be draining when strangers are always talking to you. Hugs to all, yay. So the other day, and I've told the story, it's my David story, but I'll leave that out for this part. I had to get my tire changed, and the young man who was helping me check in was very nice, and it was like he had been my little brother my whole life long. And he was asking me questions about refinancing houses and what kind of car he should buy, and what to do about this and what to do about that. And he just kept coming into the room where I was waiting, in the waiting room, and just talking to me. And it was like so cool. And then I hugged him when I left, and it was just, I told him, if you ever need to get hold of me, you have my contact information. And I've thought, that was a few weeks ago, I thought, man, I need to contact him. I need to get a hold of him, because I feel like he needed something, because he was reaching out. We live in kind of a closed-minded area, and I think he needed to be around somebody that was more open-minded and accepting. And so maybe that's why he was drawn to me. He could feel that I was going to accept him for who he was. Audrey, Dawn says, oh my God, 5. Jessica, 5. Audrey, 5. Random strangers, yep. Yvonne, 5 and 8. Yeah, so Let's see, what other things do we have? Highly vibrational people experience. Ooh, number 6. Let's see. Dawn. I met a new coworker once. She said she was so nervous until she saw me and said hello. She immediately felt at ease. And that's where we're going. Number 6. Influencing the energy of a room. So perfect segue. Dawn, it's like you're psychic. It's like you're psychic. You should take my free class. I have a free mediumship development class, October 18th. You can sign up on my website. It's totally free. Intro to Mediumship Development, totally free on Zoom, October 18th. You can sign up on my website. Number 6 is influencing the energy of the room. So this goes both ways, and I'm sure you've all experienced this. You walk into a place and you feel the energy. It can be either negative or positive, because the people in the room, or maybe people who have just left the room, have left their energy imprint there. Hi, Marty. So it can go negative or positive, okay? But we're taught, and I'm sure you've all experienced, a negative person. It's easier to remember the negative things because that's how our brain works. You can feel that energy. But this list is about a positive, uplifting energy. And you either walk into a room and people calm down. You walk into a room or people get excited. Just your presence. Dawn says, I know that feeling. Audrey says, yes, I feel vibes around me constantly. 6 for sure. I can walk in somewhere and feel negative energy and positive as well. You're an empath, Audrey, for sure. Yep. If you can, anybody on here, if you can feel the energy and the energy is affected by you one way, both ways, you're an empath for sure, because it's just feeling energy. There's a story in Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, where he had a neighbor come to his house. No problem, Christy. We're just going over 8 things highly vibrational people experience. Hi, Chelsea. So in Eckhart Tolle's book, he has this neighbor, and he's just sitting at home, chilling, and this lady comes to the door. She's all crazily worked up, and she has all these papers, and she's like setting these papers all around, and he's like, what is happening? You know, he's like, what is going on? He barely knew this woman, even though it was his neighbor. She lays out all these papers, and she's just like, the lawyers and the this and the that and she's just going crazy, just blah 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 blah. And he just sat there and he stayed present. So his whole thing, if you don't know him, read his books, A New Earth and the Power of Now, especially wonderful books. He's just present and in the moment. And he's silent. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say a word to her. And then after her tirade was over, she picked all her papers up and she left. And, you know, he's like, who knows what he was thinking. I would think that's super bizarre, but okay, don't engage. And the next morning she knocks on his door and she goes, what did you do to me last night? And he goes, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. And she goes, my whole world changed after just being in the room with you. Like, I felt completely different about everything I was saying. Like, she had a sense of calm. She had more of a better outlook on what was going to happen. Her irritation and frustration and panic ended. And all he did was stay calm and stay present and not engage in her negative emotions. And so, and Eckhart Tolle is an extremely highly vibrational person. So that makes complete sense to me. Let's see. Susie says, I feel people's energy. I can feel what they're going through. Empath. I can feel people's energy instantly. Empath. Yeah. Empath. Almost all mediums I would say, start out as empaths. That was the first thing I realized about myself, that I was an empath. And I'm like, oh, like people who are highly sensitive people, HSPs, are empaths, and a lot of them become healers in some way. Hi, Katie. And then the other, number 7, is similar to number 3 in a lot of ways. Hi, Karina. Number 7 is unintentional envy from other people. When people are jealous of you and they don't really know why, they don't really have a reason they can point to, and they just have envy, and that can break down relationships. This has happened to me in a few different ways with different people through the years. It's like people just, stop responding, or respond very rudely, or act very out of character. You can know these people for, I'm 53, 40 or 50 years, and then all of a sudden they're like a different person around you. Or they start meddling, or they start starting drama. That's a signal that they're toxic and envious of your ability to be authentic, to stay in a high vibration most of the time, to not fall into the trap of their drama. I'm sure there's 1,000 different examples. Dawn, I have a coworker that thinks I'm our boss's pet and I don't know why. Yeah, she's envy because you're just who you are, and you're not putting on airs and trying to be someone you're not. And it irritates people when people can be who they are all the time and not have to pretend and not have to kiss butt. It irritates people. Bree, Karina, Katie, hi everybody. So put the numbers in. I'll repeat them. 1 is vibrant aura. 2 is harmonizing divine feminine and masculine energy. 3 is your authenticity irritates toxic people. 4, animals feel safe around you. 5, strangers are compelled to share with you. 6, you influence the energy of a room. 7, you have unintentional envy from others. And 8, a natural connection to children. Hi. Yeah, Dawn, it's hard to deal with that. It's hard to deal with that. Yep. There you go, Dawn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have I think number 6 I can do. I just don't think it's the strongest one. I think for me, 3, 5, 7, 1, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are my strongest. Yeah. 2 through 8 for Jessica. I've never had my aura. You don't have to have your aura looked at to know if you have a vibrant aura. The way to know is if all the other ones below it are true, most of the other ones are true, you probably have a vibrant aura. People who are drawn to you are drawn to your aura. So if you're 4, 5, 6, and 8, you have a vibrant aura. You have a number 1, if you said any of those. Hi, Leela. My name is Peaceful Nik the Medium, also known as a psychic scientist, always on a journey to prove science proves mediumship is real. I'm glad you're here. And we're talking about 8 things only highly vibrational people experience, according to Dolores Cannon. Yeah, Jessica. You know what's funny, Jessica? And I love that you said that. She said, I'm generally a super positive person and a lot of people flock to me. That can be a double-edged sword. And I'm sure you have experienced that. Because, oh, I lost the comment. Because people can flock to you and suck your energy out. And that's what is called, hold on, I'm choking. I have a little something in my throat. That's called an energetic vampire. So be careful and keep up your boundaries. Don't let people suck all your energy out, because they will take and take and take and take and take. And then you'll go home and you'll be like, why do I feel so crappy? But you're not really sick. You're just fatigued. You're just exhausted. You're just a little irritable, because people will come to you and take all your energy. And sometimes it happens, people will start arguments with you. Loved ones. This is another thing I learned from Eckhart Tolle. It's called the pain body. So we have irritation waves, like hormonal waves. Men and women have them in different frequencies through the month. And sometimes we just need to be in a fight. So sometimes a friend, a family member, a loved one, a partner will just start a fight. Because if I'm vibrating at this level and my partner's vibrating at this level, my partner might be like, I need some of her energy. So I'm going to make her mad so I can have her energy and I can feel good about myself. This is very common. If anybody's experienced the energy vampire in any romantic or other type of relationship, let me know. People need to sometimes have their pain body activated. It's the little hurt person inside of us, the little kid inside of us, the teenager inside of us that's hurting, needs to get some positive energy. So be careful, Jessica. Be careful. Oh, Dawn, that's really cool. I had mine looked at in Lake Tahoe, and I was mediumship was nowhere on my radar, in probably 2001. It was cool. Audrey, if my ears ring and I can feel different vibrations, what does that mean? Can you be more specific by what you mean? Feel different vibrations. So ear ringing, as long as you've been to the doctor and you don't have tinnitus, ear ringing, I get it. My mom will ring my ear if I'm talking to, let's say, my husband, and we're talking about something important and she wants me to take note of it or be like, this is important, pay attention. She'll ring my ear. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading and I'm on to something really important in the reading, an important part of the story, they'll ring my ear and it'll get so loud sometimes. And it's not tinnitus. I've been checked. So I know it's spirit. So I'm not sure what you mean by the different vibrations. 100%. I try to get away from those suckers. Yeah. Christy, I feel like I may have had much more positive aura and energy in my life before loss. Now I feel like everything has lost color and I'm still trying to find that positive energy again. And you know what? I want to applaud you and say I'm proud of you, Christy, because not everybody wants to find that positive energy again. So you're like 100 steps ahead of most people who are in mourning. So I want to applaud you. It's good that you realize that you're stating it, because that means you're not going to, I have a lot of clients, a lot of people on lives, a lot of emails, people who say, I can't go on, I can't live my life, I'm stuck, I don't want to live anymore, things like that. And what you're saying is really important. When we're here and we're living in this earth, we're meant to be here in this time. Our loved ones in spirit do not want us to stop our earthly life. They do not want us to stop living. They do not want us to stop having moments of happiness. Not that we shouldn't mourn. Everyone mourns in their own way, at their own rate. You shouldn't rush people through mourning, but you also are allowed to enjoy the happiness. Let's say let's say a grandma has a child that passes away, but she's spending the day with her grandchildren, and they're the cutest, most sweetest, wonderful thing, most sweetest, you know what I mean, the sweetest, wonderful, little, beautiful kids. And she's afraid to be happy because she lost her child. Her child does not want her to not be happy. They want, our loved ones in spirit want more than anything for us to be happy, to grow our soul, to experience all of those wonderful emotions. So I'm glad, Christy, I'm glad that you can see that. Katie says she felt that before. Oh, Angie, yep. Energy vampires, yep. And they are, you can feel it when it's coming. It's like you can feel, here it comes. Here it comes. The energy sucking is on its way. Jessica, I've been a lot stricter about my boundaries. Good. It's taken practice. It's so good to keep. Yes. 100 million%. Dawn has students that are like that. Yep. Oh yeah, and there are students like that. And you know why students are like that? I was a teacher for almost 20 years in a formal classroom. And my mediumship development and my spiritual journey helped me be a better teacher, because I realized the students who are trying to suck my energy out have struggles at home. They need attention. They need love. And so they're trying to get that from the teacher, and sometimes in a negative way. So, Dawn, they told me I was a healer. Take my free class, October 18th. Anybody can sign up. October 18th. Ashley, I saw your beautiful kitten. Girl, I love that kitten. Oh, from your mom. That's wonderful. I made this live at this time hoping you would pop on here, because I know you're in the UK and I know it's evening, like probably 8 or 9 o'clock or something there. And I love that kitten. It is so cute. So cute. I'm glad you're here. It's okay, Kathleen. Audrey says, I can be outside and feel the ground vibrate a little, and I don't live near any of the plates. They are just little vibrations, and I don't have tinnitus. I would say, if you haven't already, try to find your spirit guide. Try to connect with a guide, or just, if you can't find your spirit guide, I have videos on YouTube. If you can't find your guide, just close your eyes, get in a quiet place, even when it's happening, and just say, why am I feeling this? And just listen. But you have to get in a quiet place in your mind. Why is this happening? Why am I feeling this? I've never heard that before, so that's the best advice I can give. But you don't have to live near plates. There's P waves and S waves in the earth, and you can live and they travel forever. There's no end to them, really. They do get, when they travel through the interior of the earth, they get less and less strong the further from the plates they are, but they'll still continue to travel. So I don't think it matters how far you are from the plates. That's very interesting. That's okay, Kathleen. Oh, where was your vacation? Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is the curly hair. I put some goop in it. I let it air dry. Cannot blow dry my hair. I don't even own a blow dryer. Because this frizz, as you can see, is already, I just put the goop in it a couple hours ago, and you can see the frizz is already coming out. I have to basically shellac it to get it to settle down. That's why you see me in so many videos with a messy bun, because this is a nightmare to take care of. A nightmare. Oh, Christy, I never feel like I'm ahead of the game with all of this. So I'll take that. Thank you. You're welcome. I should add, no one else feels the vibration. Yeah, I understood. Yeah. Hi, Nikki. My whole school is about social emotional behaviors. Oh, is it specifically for that? That's amazing. God, that must be draining. Hi, Maria. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Corinne. Oh, Dawn. What if a husband or wife says, I don't ever want you to remarry after I die? How does someone overcome that? So, first of all, in spirit, that is never the case. They may feel that in human form. I would say that person has some selfishness issues to deal with. But that's fear-based, afraid. They're afraid. In spirit, I have given, as you know, thousands of readings, and they always tell me it's okay to be with someone else if you want to be. It's okay to be with somebody else if you find someone. It's okay not to be if you don't. Some people don't ever want to get remarried. I don't think I would ever, I can't even imagine ever being, it's going to make me cry, because my husband just had cancer a few months ago, which he got operated on and he's fine now. But just thinking about losing him was very hard to deal with. And for many reasons, not just because I love him so much, but there's many reasons why I don't think I would ever want to be with anybody else. I just don't think I could. I don't think I would want to. I would constantly be comparing everybody. That's how I feel about it now. But if I got a reading from a medium, I'm sure if that were the case for me, he would say it's okay to be with somebody else. So the human mind and the soul that comes out of the body they don't always have the same ideas. Your soul is pure love and would always want you to be happy. Kathleen, Ocean City, Maryland. Ooh, I've never been up there. Audrey, I almost was wondering if it was Earth's frequency changing, but I'll take the time. Oh, it could definitely be Earth's frequency changing, for sure. Yeah, ask your guide. Send me a message or an email and let me know what you hear. I'm glad you have a guide. That's awesome. My guides have been a little stubborn lately. Not so much a vacation with my babies. I love them to death, but it was stressful. Oh, I know. So I watched this podcast called I've Had It podcast, I Hip News. And one of the things, and I love the podcast, one of the things they said was, I've had it with Disney adults. And I'm like, going to Disney as an adult with no kids is so much better than going with kids, because I love my boys. I would give my kidney, liver, and heart and brain instantly to them. I'd give my life for either of them in a second. But kids are irritating and people don't talk about that enough. My boys are adults now, but man, when they were little, it's a lot of work and people don't talk about it. Women don't get the credit they deserve for doing all the things nobody sees them do. And it's very stressful. Hi, Amy. It's okay, Dawn. That's okay. I have told my husband specifically, my mom died when she was 40. And so I'm 53, and I've been very clear with him, if I die before you, it is perfectly fine with me if you're with somebody else. My human mind says, F that SH. I don't want him touching nobody else, right? But my soul mind says, why? Doesn't matter. Why shouldn't he be happy? If I'm not here, companionship. He deserves to have somebody, a companion. Thank you, Katie. Yeah, Dawn feels the same. Yep. Shannon, thank you. I'm glad you watched that. I'm like, I'm trying to get back in the TikTok algorithm because for some reason, no matter what I do, I can't get traction. So I'm trying different things. That's why I made that makeup video. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I only do like my eyebrows because I have no eyebrows here, hardly, just a couple hairs. And these are there's barely any hairs here. I have Hashimoto's disease for anybody that doesn't know the video. And so I color these in just to kind of frame my face. And then I put concealer around my eyes. I don't put any foundation on because I had horrible acne as a kid. And I'm 53, I still get pimples. It's terrible, I hate it. Menopause, pimples, sunspots, age spots, wrinkles. I mean, I don't know. I've just been burdened with terrible skin. I'm Italian, so I have that oily Italian skin. But yeah. And then mascara, a little lip gloss, that's it. I can't do all that contouring stuff. I feel like, first of all, who has the time? If you're a grown adult, who has the time? I'm too impatient to do all that. Kathleen, it was our first time. It's very nice, clean, and beautiful. We stayed at a condo. Oh, that sounds lovely. I've had it. Oh yeah. The I've had it podcast is awesome. It's great. It's two women. They used to have a Bravo show. I don't remember the name of the show, but now they have this I've had it podcast for modern day women that have had it with stuff. You'll like it. They do talk about politics, especially now before the election. There's a lot of politics. I like what they have to say about it. You guys might not. I don't know. I love everybody anyway, but it's funny. It's funny. It's nice it's cathartic to hear other people have irritants about the same things. Like the one of them yesterday was, I've had it with life coaches. When my friend says, I'm a life coach, and you've known them their whole life. This was according to these ladies. You've known these people their whole life, and they're on their fifth husband, and they're a life coach. Like, it's very funny. It's stuff like that. I love it. Dawn, we did a vacation midsummer with my kids and their spouses and 4 grandbabies. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yep. Audrey, I feel you on the acne. I hate it. About to be 25 and it's horrible cystic acne. Yeah, there's a lady on TikTok and I do not know her name, but she's a grown adult like you. She might be 28 or 30 now. And she deals with horrible cystic acne and she's trying to go the natural route. And so she posts all these videos, about all the different treatments she gets. Mine wasn't as bad as hers, as long as hers, but mine came back really bad when I was pregnant with my first son. He was born when I was 26 or 7. And the video of me giving birth to him is just like horrific. I mean, the hormones, it's terrible. Dawn, mascara, chapstick, earrings, that's it for me. Yeah, I don't even really wear a lot of jewelry. I have jewelry. I have some jewelry. I just don't hardly ever wear it. Yeah, Kathleen, I'll have to look it up. I used to be a Bravo junkie. Yeah, it's Jennifer somebody. And the other lady that is Angie something, and they call her Pumps. But if you go iHip News and YouTube, I've had it podcast, you'll find it. Kathleen, I'll be locking myself in my room when we get home with my fur children I missed. Aw. Half-hour countdown. Woohoo! Then my husband and I went on a cruise to Bermuda during the hurricane. Dawn, oh my God. Yeah, it was right before I popped on. A huge storm moved through on each side of, you know, the town where I'm at. And it was like thundering and lightning, but we didn't get any rain. So it's scary. Hi, Sylvie. Dawn has an addiction to earrings. Yeah, in the 80s, I used to live in San Francisco, and remember, I don't know if you guys are old enough, but the big, giant, chunky earrings were in style, just huge. And on Haight Street in San Francisco, they had the store, and it was just walls and walls of these handmade, giant, chunky earrings. And I used to go in there and buy earrings from there. My sister's on here. She probably remembers that because we used to go down to Haight Street together. The 80s and 90s were the best in San Francisco. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. It was great. I have another list. 8 things only spiritually gifted people experience. I will be live on TikTok tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, Peaceful Nick. I told my daughter to look out the balcony doors after I got her and the baby out of the bath so I could get him dried and changed. She did, and she came back and told me there were 2 yellow butterflies on our balcony outside the doors. Oh, so who do you think it was? Who do you think it was? Yep. Holly says fun times. Yeah, those were good. Do you remember that store, Holly, with all the earrings in it? I don't remember if you were with me when I would go there or not, but I'm sure you'll remember my chunky earrings. All right, another list. 8 things only spiritually gifted people experience. Mom and Aunt Mary. Oh, that's funny. My sister's name is Mary, and everybody calls her Aunt Mary. Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet. I have a lot of sisters, not just one. All right, you ready for the list? Number 1, if you're spiritually gifted, you're sensitive to energies. And I'm sure all of you who already answered. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we talked about that. Did I give you a reading with that? I can't remember. Oh, that's right. Right. That's right. Okay. I feel like I knew that was familiar. Number 2, feeling overwhelmed by energies. We talked about that. Number 3, emotional resonance with your surroundings. Do your emotions change based on where you're at and who you're around? Number 4, becoming a beacon for others. Number 5, awakening in the early hours. That is not me. So I may be spiritually gifted, but I am not a morning person. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Number 6, receiving messages and dreams. Yes, I've done that. Heightened sensitivities to lunar energies. Yes. Anybody here more sensitive to moon energy? I mean, I was an absolute wreck the last full moon. Okay, the spirit exchange. No, it wasn't. If it was on Facebook, it wasn't that. And receiving prophetic visions. I have had that happen a couple of times. Anybody have any of those? Hi, Sherry. I left my oracle cards upstairs. I figured I'll stay downstairs because there was a big storm, and I'm like, if there's a tornado, I don't want to get... Yeah, the retrograde did me in big time. Yeah, I was an absolute nightmare in my head during that. Carrie, off topic. For years, I would talk to my deceased grandparents. I feel bad and I tell them I'm sorry I don't talk to them more often. The reason being is I just lost my daughter a few months ago. I'm so sorry. So now I talk to her all day long. How do I know if they are my guides or are they just souls who are around me? So we in the mediumship community talk about discernment, and you have to practice. I have videos on my YouTube channel. There's a playlist called Mediumship Information and Learning. Some of the videos are 2 minutes long. Some of them are 2 hours long. So pick and choose whatever you have the time to watch. You have to get in a place where your mind is quiet. Nobody's disturbing you, usually nap time or bedtime, where all of your responsibilities are over with for the day. You're not being bothered, and just take deep breaths and try to focus on communicating to whoever it is, if it's your guide, your loved ones, whoever it is, and you can ask them questions. Your daughter, if you talk to her all day, she hears you for sure. There's no doubt about that. I say this all the time, that and this is part of my Science Proves Mediumship is Real shtick I'm into, our mind and our soul vibrate at a frequency to where we send out. You talk to your daughter, you're sending energy out, you're thinking of her, you're sending out energy like a radio antenna to your daughter, and she picks up on that energy and she can communicate with you. She can send you signs. It's the same with anyone in spirit, your guides, your loved ones, angels, saints, whoever you want to communicate with. As long as you put that energy out and focus on whoever it is you want to talk to, they pick up on that. Now, what you're hearing, when you hear something, pause, take a moment, take some cleansing breaths, and ask. You can ask in your mind or out loud, it doesn't matter, and ask, who are you? And usually you'll get an impression, a feeling, you'll hear it, and you can discern between, does that sound like that person, or am I just making that up in my head? And it takes practice, practice, practice. You need to ask many times and make sure that you're getting a consistent answer with the consistent personality. You'll learn the personality of your guides. You'll learn the personality of the spirit of your loved ones. Because sometimes it's the same as when they were earthbound, but are on earth. But sometimes it can change, because some people, when they're on earth, have a, maybe very negative, but when they're in spirit, they're not negative, because spirits aren't negative. So practice, practice, practice. Ask, ask, ask. Talk to them and listen, because you will learn the personality, and you'll get, when my main guide is George, when he talks to me, I can see him pop into the front of my mind. I can see his white robe with the little gold trim. He looks like a monk in a white robe. I can see him when he pops in. Some people say, I get a warm feeling on my arm when my guide pops in. So there's a lot of different, there's a word for it. It's not coming to mind right now. So you have to learn to discern between who you're talking to. My other guide's name is Infinity. She helps me with numbers and symbols. And when I see her, when she comes forward, I can see her. I'm a very visual, very clairvoyant medium. I can see her in my mind's eye, and I can see the wave of her hair across her forehead and one eye. And all I can see is her head. I can't see anything else. But I can see the hair covering her face, and then she shows me symbols. Oh, Shannon, white robe. Yeah, that's interesting. And I've met several people who also have a guide in a white robe, and none of these people knew each other or talked about this before. I hope that helps, Carrie. Shannon, I've had the dream come through lately, and a daydream. Yep. Angie, I just encounter the worst people during significant moon phases. Yeah, that can happen because the moon affects lots of people. And as a scientist and a medium, science doesn't want to admit it, but mediums will and astrologers will say, yeah. So I'm approaching an hour. Oh, you're welcome, Carrie. It's my pleasure. I'm approaching an hour and my voice is starting to get scraggly. Thank you guys all for being here. This will be posted on YouTube in about a month or so. If you want to rewatch it and follow me over there, subscribe there. I will be doing, let me repeat for people who weren't here at the beginning, all of the stuff I have. I'll be live on TikTok tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live on TikTok September 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on Facebook September 6th, 8 p.m. And TikTok September 10th, Facebook September 16th, TikTok September 23rd. I have a free Intro to Mediumship Development class October 18th. And a Zoom gallery, Lost by Suicide small group event September 13th. Zoom gallery October 10th, Lost by Addiction small gallery event. All of that's on my website. Spirit Exchange with Kathy Behrens and myself, September 19th and October 27th. All of my readings are half off on my website, no coupon needed. If you book a 30-minute reading, you get a free ticket to one of my gallery readings. So join me for all my lives, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you guys all for being here today. Hopefully I will recover my voice by the time the TikTok live is ready. So hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. If not, I'll see you on here next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye. You're welcome.